Hey, it's August 2nd. I think the last time I checked in was January after a long haul, so just kind of checking in. Probably do a couple episodes talking about like the spring and summer, what I raced there. Had a pretty good spring, really good summer. But right now, while it's fresh, we're going to talk about Pinellas Trail Challenge, one of my favorite races that I've done. My very first ultra I did 4 years ago, so this was my fifth running of the race. Had a really good day yesterday, and things seemed to be clicking really well in the race. Fueling was good, legs were good, everything was good. This race is 46 miles long. It follows the Pinellas Trail, which is in Pinellas County, obviously. It starts in St. Petersburg, Florida, and ends in John Chestnut Park, which is in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follows along the coast. Very hot race. Sometimes you get rain, sometimes you don't get rain. Very exposed. Great thing is it's a free race, so basically you don't have to pay to run it, and it's all the volunteers, staff their aid stations, get all their own supplies themselves. They do it on their own dime. It's a really great race that we've come to love on that. My years of running this race, 2015, that was my very first ultra I ever did. Ran it in 10 hours, 42 minutes. Didn't know what I was doing, very inexperienced, but got it done. 2016, I ran it in 9 hours and 30 minutes. 2017, I think I ran it in 7 hours, 55 minutes. Took fifth place and ran it in a 7 hours and 45 minutes or so. So this year I brought back my regular crew, just about. I got my buddy Dave, who's on a bicycle, my other buddy Dave, who actually decided to ride in a truck this year instead of the bike, and then we added my wife in there to, first time she's ever crewed me, we added her into the mix. And then we had some pacers along the way, Angie and Omar.
10 seconds. It's 1 second.
So my race plan this year was to go out at 9s and see if I can carry that through the first 10 miles, and then from 10 miles on start evaluating, see if I need to back down the pace and see where I was feeling and go from there. So at mile 1, my buddy Luis caught up to me and we started running together. Through the first mile or two, he was kind of pushing me on the pace, and realized we were shooting 8:30s through the first couple miles, and then he kind of pulled away from me, and I kept trying to back it down, but the body just felt good, and I kept it right around 8:30s to 8:40s all the way through the first aid station coming in where I saw my crew. I was still holding probably an 8:40 pace overall when I came in to see him.
I'll catch up to you in a minute.
Are you going to wait for John about 5 minutes or so?
So through the first aid stations, I was probably running in probably 7th or 8th place. My buddy Luis was in front of me. I kind of hung behind him about 100 yards. I could see him the whole time, but kind of kept behind him. He was holding a nice pace. I like keeping that pace right through there. Moved up through the county, up through Seminole, Largo. Felt really good coming into downtown Clearwater, still holding about an 8:40 pace. As I hit Largo, kind of caught up to Luis, we started running together, which I loved, so it was good. We were talking, running strategy by each other, talking about the other runners, where we thought we were in place, and it was a fun time. We did that through downtown Clearwater, still maintaining about a 5th, 6th place, I think, between the two of us. So through the downtown Clearwater area, Luis and I continued to run together. He would pull a little ahead, and I would catch up. We were kind of talking to each other, using each other's crews through that area. We had a great time. Went through the downtown Clearwater aid station. We saw Tyler Booth there. moved up a spot, and then we continued on up to Dunedin. We were probably still running about an 8:40, 8:45 pace at that point. Any footage from here up to Tarpon Tavern. This race was a little bit different because of the hurricane, and the park that we usually finish in was closed for sandbags. So we were running Tarpon Tavern, which was 36 miles out, turning around and running back to Dunedin, which was another 10 miles, which is making 46. So I ran through Dunedin. Me and Luis continued going through. He pulled a little ahead of me as we were hitting Palm Harbor. But then I noticed that his heart rate was spiking, or I noticed him slowing down, which I figured was his heart rate was spiking. Went past him. I think I moved into 4th place at that point. Continued running really well. Body felt good. Kept getting ice and water from my crew. Headed into the Devine aid station at 32. Got an ice pop, cooled the temperature down. Continued out of Devine. Came around the corner. There's a big corner there, and when I came around, I saw David Whiteside, who was in 3rd place, kind of walking and looked like he was locking up. He was cramping up really bad. Checked in on him. But with David, you don't know, man. That guy can turn his race around in a heartbeat. And so, I was trying to get some time on him before he recovered. So then headed up. I did have a pacer come out of Dunedin, but he was having knee issues, so he ran a couple miles with me. That was Omar. And then I picked up Angie at Wall Springs, and she ran up with me through Tarpon. My goal was to get as close as I could to the turnaround before I saw the lead runners. Also at that point I was in 3rd place. About 2 miles away from the aid station, about a mile and a half, 2 miles, I ran into Patrick Harabos on his way back, and I kind of knew he was on record pace. Kind of said, hey, go after the record, you got this. Then I was trying to see how close I can get to 2nd place. Within a mile of the aid station, I ran into Bernard, new runner I didn't quite know, but I knew he was running strong. He looked strong when we went past me. And I knew it was a long shot to catch him. So now it's just trying to maintain. Ran into Tarpon Tavern, and about then my pace had dropped to about a 9-minute overall pace, which what I really wanted for the first 10 miles, and I held it through 36. So at a Tarpon Tavern, heading back to Dunedin, I actually pushed out at 8:17 pace. My goal was to get as far away from the tavern as I could before I ran into David Whiteside and Luis Gomez. So I had about a mile on David on the return and about a mile and a half on Luis. Still wasn't far enough. Just kept pushing the hammer down, running great paces. Overheated a few times coming in, coming back down. Got a lot of ice on the head and on the calves. Got the temperature down. Came into Devine. Grabbed some more ice pops, trying to cool the temperature, and just kept moving along from there. With about 3 miles to go, my legs were starting to cramp up. And ice on the calves weren't working, so the next option was we were just going to start pouring cold water over my head, just try and keep my crew about every mile apart as much as we could, just getting ice on the body so I could keep going. I had my buddy Dave. He thought I was going crazy because I kept asking him, anybody behind me, because I just had a feeling David was coming up behind me at any minute. He was going to come around the corner to catch me. So with a couple miles left, I kind of had a feeling I could go sub 7, which was a dream goal that I never thought I would do. And so rolled through with a mile to go. It was really tough to do, and I think I clicked out a 7:46 for the last mile, trying to get in under 7 hours. So I held on for 3rd place, ran a 7:01:45, missed my dream goal of going sub 7 by a minute and 45 seconds. It's cool seeing Patrick Harabos beat the course record, ran a 6:06:11. Bernard ran a 6:47. I came in 7:01:45. Whiteside was right behind me at 7:19, and Luis came in at 7:25. which, you know, for the top 5 were great times for how hot the day was. A big shout out to my crew. I think they did a great job of keeping me cool all day long, getting me what I needed. It was very cool having a lot of us from the running club finish the race this year. I think there was 5 of us, from Luis to John. Gus, who was only supposed to run 26 miles, mustered out another 20 miles for his first ultra marathon. Raphael had a good day out there, got it done. It was just overall a great day. We had a great time. A lot of our other members were out there crewing, working aid stations, pacing, whatever they could do to help out on that day. It was a great day out there for us. It is kind of sad that this could be my last Pinellas Trail challenge that I run, but I think there's bigger plans coming up in the near future. Can't wait to 2020 and see where this race goes.